Previously on Curse of Groban, Revengeance, the party, after learning the cost of information from the ancient hag Baba Lysaga, being the death of Clarence the Abbot, so as to return some form of balance to the cycle here within Barovia, they determined that perhaps this was not the best course of action, and sought further assistance. They traveled back north towards the mists of Mount Baratok, seeking Morty, Boomy, or whatever he's deigning to call himself these days. They purchased some diamonds from him and attempted to cure him of his madness. Very briefly, he seemed to have memories of the past. An old friend of his, when catching a whiff of some cheese, some of them had determined that they were going to stay the night. So yes, I guess we'll pick up right around then, towards the tail end of that conversation. You guys said you were going to try again tomorrow. Hit them with a greater restoration, which I believe you now have the material components to do so from your buying of things from him. So yeah, you're all within the magnificent cave. The cool cave. That's also a mansion.
We're staying in the mansion or in the cave.
Yeah,
We're in the mansion inside the cave.
Yeah, you're in the
Right.
mansion inside the cave. Yeah.
We're in both, technically.
Yes. He hasn't kicked you out. Yeah. But I will say that after having sort of lost that thought, you said you would have asked him if he had any portraits.
Yeah, I'd asked him if he had any portraits of the. I can't remember the name he said for the friend he was remembering, but I actually asked the servant.
Like I said, Eli.
That sounds right.
Yeah. So sure, he just kind of goes back to doing his own thing within this sort of like miniature. Not miniature's not the right word. It's kind of like a study combined with like a sitting room. And he just goes back to tinkering with this strange music box device that you've heard him previously playing stuff from. And he's just kind of like winding it up. You think maybe doing whatever the contraption does to begin playing music again. But the one of many variety of halflings, forget what color hair I said this one had, just kind of like off over to the side with you. The master may have a portrait of this friend of his. I will have to check deeper within the mansion if you will give me some time.
Yeah, that would be great. Maybe it would help like jog his memory. Since the cheese for some reason made him think of that guy.
Perhaps. Well, here's to hoping, though it seems that some of the other things that we've tried have not been quite successful. But that is the clearest I've seen him in a while. And he'll head over to a nearby door and disappear into the bowels of the mansion. And I'll say at this point, the musical device begins playing a nice little we'll say violin heavy music. No, actually, you know what? Because I think it's funny. Oh my god, what is that song? That goddamn French song.
Claire de
It's
Lune?
in. What is it?
Claire de Lune. It's the only French song I can think of.
Farajaka?
Or Jacques. Yeah.
La Vie en Rose.
The French national anthem.
No, that one that plays in. Oh man, this is gonna be so specific that maybe only one of you gets it. It's in Saving Private Ryan, like when they're all just like sitting in the town.
I've seen Saving Private Ryan. I don't remember what song that was.
Fuck me, dude. I don't remember that either.
Tu es patut?
Oh yeah. Yep. That starts playing. Because why not? To me, that's like the default French song. Because like every time, I think it was in Ratatouille as well. Yeah, it's from 1945. Universal Music Group should own it. Come on, group, play the song. Yeah, there you go. But once it starts playing, he just kind of flicks his hands, and a series of books begin to levitate off of the nearby bookcase and sort of place themselves out in front of them, each opening to a different page. And he just kind of like slowly begins to read them.
Never seen a druid do that.
He, without looking up from the pages. Well, you know, trees are made of wood, and paper is made of wood. I'm simply manipulating nature in a more refined form.
I
Not
thought
like the necromancy kind of druid magic.
I was going to say druids typically work with a living.
Yeah, but it's like the necromancy version, I guess.
Well, there's also, you know, don't worry about it.
Proceeds to be worried about it.
I promise I'm not a necromancer.
No, I don't get that that sense from him. So definitely powerful in magic, but necromancy doesn't really seem to fit his scent. If that makes sense.
Not all necromancy's bad, right?
Since when were you able to smell?
I've not literally
That's what
smell.
That's how you revive people, I think.
He just kind of like turns his
So
head
I
and
do.
sniffs his pit. Oh, yeah. Time for a bath.
I meant
The
more like
books.
metaphorical smell,
Okay.
like divine sense.
Like a divine. Okay.
Okay, what was the servant's name again? Was it Bevins?
Bevins.
Yeah.
They're all named
Okay.
Bevins.
They're all Bevins, yeah. So he'll get up and he'll just go, Bevins! And like three of them will just come out of the woodwork. And he goes, I'm going to need a bath. Apparently, I smell like not a necromancer and also BO. Show them to their rooms for the night. Guest rooms on the second floor will do. Make sure there's lots of nice bubbles in the bath. I'm going to pop them. It's funny.
It is funny.
If you all want a bath yourselves, there's another what do you call them again? Bathrooms. Yeah, there's another bathroom on the second floor. Bevins here can draw you some water. They all just kind of nod, and two of them sort of lead him away as he heads up the stairs. And you didn't notice it before because it only seemed like there was 2 stories to this. But once he gets up to like the second floor, he opens another door, which there seems to be a staircase beyond. And you would like hear the steps creaking as he goes even further up. One of them remains behind, just looks at the rest of you and walks over towards the door to the foyer where the staircases are, like the main staircase, and just kind of directs you.
Okay. Follow, I guess.
Yeah, so he'll bring you upstairs and like over to the left, and you see like a series of doors, lining each side of the hallway. And he walks like all the way to the end, opens that door, and just goes, "The bathroom is here. The water draws itself. Simply turn the metallic knobs. The one on the right is cold and the one on the left is hot. Yes. But make sure you put the plug in first. It'll drain
The-
itself afterward."
Oh, this.
Yeah, he gets a little plug by the chain. And then and he'll point to the door immediately next to it, like on that side of the hallway, and for you, sir, as he opens it for Apollo. And then he indicates over to the other 2, opens the doors for them. Your choice between the 2 ladies. And
go into the room I've been indicated to.
okay, so like looking at them from the outside, they all look identical. They all just look like very, very threadbare, but like not. There's like no personality or style to them, but they look comfortable enough. But once you step over the threshold into the room, what would your ideal bedroom look like?
Mine?
What would make Apollo most comfortable?
Oh God, Apollo. Apollo would be quiet. Because he's grown up with the Mongol folk essentially his entire life. A morning like instead of like a ceiling, it's kind of like this curved painting of a morning sun rising up over some mist. And the sun itself is like the light of the room, and it can be turned on or off or dimmed or whatever. And the light itself would be sunlight. But yeah, that a bed that is like specially designed for one to lay on their back with wings. So like there's kind of like
cubbies.
Yeah, sort of something like that for the wings to kind of like fall into.
Okay.
Yeah, and just like that, like a nice cool morning mist kind of like goes about the floor. And kind of that like it rained the night before, so like everything's like a little bit wet, and like you can still
A little
smell
bit of
that.
morning dew.
Yeah, morning dew,
Okay.
and yeah, that's about it.
Okay. And so it shall be. And it's a very welcoming and comforting room. Elena, what would your ideal bedroom look like?
Um, not much like a room, really.
It's a cave.
Outside. It'd be like outside with like a night sky, and if
Okay.
and like maybe like forest noise, like crickets or something like that.
Okay. And just like a comfortable like tuft of grass as a bed.
No, it would still just be a comfortable bed.
Oh, okay, okay. You gotta
It's
have
just outside.
some commodities. Okay. All right, very well. Yeah, yeah. You would,
Like,
you would
because like in the cave, she has a 4-poster bed, is what I'd put in the description.
yes,
So
yeah. Okay. All right, yeah. So I'd say it would probably look like your bed from the cave, but like newer, um, quite a bit more comfy. And it doesn't even seem like you're stepping into a room. It's just like a doorway into what seems to be a dimly lit by star and moonlight uh,
Welcome, Moon and
little
Star.
little grove within a forest with all of the noises of the eve.
nice.
And Samaya, what would Samaya's ideal bedroom look like?
It would basically look like her room back at home, like a very simple mattress on the ground, but definitely with the style of jukebox. Now that she knows that that thing provides music, and also either a window or just opening to a yard that views the sunset like it does at what is it? Elena's Fey Lord's domain. Because so far that's been her only
So
actual
like
experience of what the sun looks like.
stretching golden autumnal fields with the sun slowly dipping beyond the horizon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like she was stepping outside of her home and that's what she would be seeing.
All right. And it shall be so. And Bevins would just sort of stand in the hallway in the middle of each of all these doors, and uh, my fellow butler should be returning soon. It seems that some of the items in the basement were stored with some enchantments, but he will be back with what you requested shortly. Now I must go give the master a sponge bath, and he just cringes.
It's my condolences.
It's my lot in life. And he just walks off.
Imagine being the Bevins whose sole duty is sponge baths.
No.
What a hellish
I don't
existence.
think he notices which one, so they've probably, at this point of how long they've been here, they've probably established like a lottery.
Probably.
You just draw
Oh
straws.
no.
Yeah, they draw straws. Whoever draws the short straw has to give him a sponge bath.
It's been redheaded Bevins the last like 3 times, and he's screaming.
Out of 100 Bevins.
She's got really bad luck. But I'll say unless you do something otherwise, you sort of take in your rooms for a little bit. And before you decide to settle down for the night, you would each hear a quiet knock on your doors. There's the knock. No, and it would be the Bevins that you had previously asked Elena to see if he had some form of portraiture. If you, sorry.
Well, did you have any luck?
I did. And you'd notice his face looks a little dirty. You think the ends of his hair are a little singed. Otherwise, though, he looks mostly presentable. Unfortunately, it cannot be moved, so you will have to come with me.
Okay. I can do that.
Shall we get the others, or
Yeah, probably.
very well? And then, yeah, he'll knock on each of your doors, Apollo and Samaya, respectively.
Comes out with wet hair.
Apollo has wet wings. Feathers take a long time to dry.
I just remembered what the knock was that Avery was talking about.
Oh, what was it?
It's too late now. He had told us he was having a dinner party for a guest that was coming. And I think we had thought it would be Strahd. I think we had all decided it was going to be Strahd.
Oh,
We hit it with the knock.
Well, who knows? Maybe they'll make an appearance later.
yeah,
That's
that's
breakfast.
Yeah, sure. It'll be a breakfast guest. Good. Yeah, I'm glad someone remembered. Yeah. So he will lead you back down the sort of like grand double staircase in the foyer, through these set of like glass double doors, stained glass, and then through a door to the right into what sort of seems to be a very large kitchen. And then where you think the larder slash whatever the other word is, food storage pantry. There you go. He would open it, and there would be a set of stairs leading down, with like some torch sconces. But otherwise, it's like a bit darker down here, and the staircase would go down in fairways and then curve until you'd come into this very large, probably what you imagine would be about the size of like the actual square footage of the mansion. And you would find yourselves on like this sort of upper platform that from the stairs sort of wraps around it wraps around the whole room. And there's also like a little bridge that sort of like goes across the middle. And you'd see down below, one half of it seems to be like a massive library, with just books piled on shelves about 10 feet high. And then the other portion is sort of just this more open area with a bunch of what seems to be furniture in some areas, draped in cloth. Others seem to just be like big storage crates. But he would lead you down like this little circular sort of staircase from like that middle central bridge platform down, spiral staircase, and then bring you over towards like the storage area. And he would push another box out of the way towards the wall, where you do in fact see that there are a couple around this area, portraits. And he would remove the cloth, and you would see. Let me think of how to describe this. You would see what seems to be an oil painting of yeah. Yeah. Seems to be a much older gentleman with an incredibly long white beard and mustache sort of combo with like long flowing hair, wearing a wide brimmed, very traditional sort of like pointy wizard hat, and wearing like these long flowing brown robes, holding a stave in one hand, and the other one sort of just kind of off to the side next to him. And you think what might be a scroll of some sort. Upon looking at this old man's face, you see the artist managed to capture not only the wisdom that this person would possess, but a hint of mischief.
Do any of us recognize this figure?
Maya definitely wouldn't.
Apollo probably wouldn't. Donson might.
Johnson might, and Elena might.
I was
You-
on Tyrell for 300.
Yeah,
Almost.
yeah,
298.
right. But like for a fair bit though, you didn't have a lot of interaction, right? But then you started interacting with people again more recently.
No, I've been interacting with people for. Let me look at the backstory. There was 20 years where I was.
I was
just
only
by
20.
myself,
Okay.
and so then
Alright.
about 250 years were. With
Okay.
people.
So then, yeah. So you could both make a history check.
Donson. Ooh, pretty good.
I think I have advantage because is the figure human? If it's who I
Yes.
think it is. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have good history, but I have advantage from favorite enemy. It not good.
Okay. Elena, this guy seems to be maybe important. Definitely some sort of wizard looking guy. He's old. Donson, Apollo, you're like, I would know this, maybe Donson would, and like the personality sort of like pushes itself to the forefront and begins to search his memory banks of his long life, pushing past the many iterations of himself here in Barovia, but back to when he did occasionally come down from Mount Celestia to explore or perhaps conduct some form of mission upon
It would have been from the Minotaur's thing, which is in Mechanus.
Right. Okay. But yeah, so you would ponder on it. You'd look at this guy, and I wonder if I think this is like an above board question. Would they think that he should have died or would have been dead by now?
I think that. Well, I mean, a Minotaur would know that
He would know.
that he's a chosen.
Right, but I don't know if I don't think
It depends on
Donson
how
would.
trusted Donson was with information. I mean, I think
Donson is the
as a general rule,
son of like one of his closest servants, so I don't know what that would mean.
Sure. You would
yeah, because like the servants of Saloon recognize when someone's a chosen, so probably.
yeah, you would know this to be Elminster. Almar. There you go. That's his last name. Forgot he had a last name.
Oh, This would be the famed wizard Elminster.
Who?
He's a very powerful mage, chosen of Mystra, goddess of magic. One of the great wizards of history.
It was funny. I'm looking at his page. Remember when you made that Elminster joke of the Minster? One of his aliases is Elminster like that. It's like EL apostrophe Minster.
Is it?
The Minster.
That's him. He's the Minster.
Wonder if the Warden of Waterdeep is named after him.
He has a tendency of disappearing and then reappearing, and people will assume that maybe he's named after himself, but usually it's himself. So, although I don't know any warden by the name of Elminster, it's all very likely that that is him. As there would be very few choices of having such a effective warden of such a city.
Okay. I don't think this. I don't know that this helps us unless like making Boomy look at it would help.
Well, you could try to have the master look at it, but you'd have to convince him to come down here, and he has not come down here in quite some time. Also, if I were to try to remove it again, well, he just kind of like looks up towards. You think at first the ceiling, and then you think that he may be trying to look at his own hair.
Ah.
Oh, you mean you're
Oh,
not
that's
the
why you
black-haired
changed your hair.
Bevins. You're not the black-haired Bevins.
I thought you just decided to get a new hairstyle.
No, not like the master would notice anyway if we did. But yes, if you could convince him to come down here, perhaps seeing this might jog his memory, or whatever it is that you plan on doing. Or maybe if we bring more of that cheese and have him smell it while he looks at the photo.
Do you know what happened to his memory? Or do any of the
It's
Bevins?
strange. We have an inclination. We know that we have served the master, well, since he created us. But we don't remember before this place.
Like you were
Before-
created here?
No. We know that we were created before here. We know that we have existed for quite some time. The issue is that any memory of before is hazy. Perhaps whatever affected the master has in some capacity affected us as creations of his spell work. We know that he is powerful. We know that he has had us serve him for quite some time. We know that he had some sort of issue here. What that was, though, we cannot remember. We just remember that he had not called upon us for quite some time, and then shortly after you cleared this cave, he summoned us again.
Donson will switch back to Apollo. A few years ago, he, I'm assuming it was him. A wizard came to Barovia and led a small army of people to Castle Ravenloft, and he ended up fighting Strahd himself, and it didn't go well. People assumed he was killed, but I guess he wound up here.
Perhaps.
But
sure.
if this is the, if he is this wizard that is so powerful, the fact that he couldn't, he was not able to take down Strahd is a bit scary.
Well, he didn't. Maybe he didn't listen to what the cards said.
Also, Strahd did kill a dragon. His head was hanging in his, I guess, bone room.
Yeah, dragons aren't. Well, I suppose wizards also aren't. Yeah, never mind. It'd be different if, like, say, Lathander came in and Strahd was able to take him down. That would be far more terrifying. But Lathander could never. Lathander would never lose to him. But he would be unable to get here in the first place.
I suppose that's why he sent you.
Not me. Donson, yes. But we did remember some things that don't seem to line up with what we thought was the case. So there's definitely more to it. But yeah, what we thought was Amanator and Lathander decided to kind of, like, they had enough of the people, the sun worshippers here suffering under him, and they sent him to free them, and it didn't go well. But the with what kind of we've learned from Baba Saga, that there didn't exactly happen that way.
Samaya has a visibly intrigued and confused expression, maybe just a little bit upset.
Yeah, we tried to. Donson, his memory is like of that time. It's not, like, it doesn't exist. It seems to have not be there anymore.
Seems to be a common thread.
That is something that could happen during the recycling process.
Yeah, it's probable that has something to do with dying and being reborn many times.
Yeah, but
Eventually,
like Boomi's memories are also gone.
Well, that's more likely from physical trauma of falling down a waterfall and being beaten to an inch of your life by a very powerful vampire.
yeah, the difference between Boomies and, I guess in this case, Donson's, and I suppose my dilemma to a certain extent, is that we've been through the cycle often enough that things eventually cease to be. Go through it enough, the original is essentially erased, and you're left with a blank slate that could become whoever and whatever they decide to be. Or fate decides, I
Well,
suppose.
also, usually most people don't remember their past lives, even if they're relatively fresh.
That too. That's fair.
The only reason why I remember is because of him. But even then, the memory is hazy, especially the actual lives here.
So, like,
Well,
do
yeah.
you remember, or do you just like remember him telling you stories of what he remembers?
We kind of share memories, but also not. It's weird. Like his knowledge is partly limited by what I know, and that has led to some frustrating situations for him where he's like, I know this thing, but I can't remember it because you don't know it.
Honestly, it sounds a bit more like a him problem.
I mean, he is trying to remember like a lot of lifetimes, right? Something's got to fall through the cracks.
Now, when you're immortal, it usually you don't tend to forget things, but well, I suppose an immortal human might forget things, but divine entities tend not to.
Nothing?
From what I understand, because I don't think devas and planetars are able to forget their past lives.
Well, wonder if they're part elephant.
Well, I mean, there are Hollyphants, which are like elephants, and they're celestials. So maybe elephants are part celestial.
How did you get that? Never mind.
New headcanon: elephants are part celestial.
Yeah, elephants are descended from Hollyphants, which is why they remember.
What is the Wimmick? I gotta find out. No, yeah, what is the Wimmick?
Meanwhile, I don't think
What's it
Samaya
on
has
God?
ever seen an elephant. Would she have seen an elephant?
You saw
Like
the
in-
Hollyphant, which looks a lot like an elephant.
Yeah.
That is excluding the polyphant.
Yeah,
I mean,
you would.
there was the circus, but they didn't have
Yeah,
exotic animals beyond what
Elephants would
Ricky
not
had.
be
Yeah.
here. You might have seen a hazy picture drawn in a book somewhere, but it was a very bad picture, like one of those like old drawings of someone trying to draw it from a description in old Europe.
Pops really wanted me
Oh, no, I
to
got-
to know about the outside world and drew me pictures of elephants on balls.
It would look probably be something like.
Oh my god.
I wasn't thinking of that. I was thinking.
That's a humanoid race on a Toro.
With the other Loxodon.
Will this embed fail?
The Loxo.
That's what medieval Europe thought elephants looked like.
And then
Wait,
they
what,
saw
the-
an actual one and were disappointed.
The questing beast from King Arthur was just a giraffe, right?
Hmm.
The neck of a snake, the body of a cheetah, and the legs of a horse. Or something like that.
Well, whatever you're going to do, well, hopefully it will Return the master's memories. But yes, if you could bring him down here, that might aid. We can assist you.
Should we bring him down here before or after we try the memory thing, the restoration?
Uh,
I mean, would it help him fight it? Like if he saw it, I don't know.
Perhaps if you did it at the same time. I mean, we want to increase our odds here, right?
Yeah, so we'll need the cheese. We'll need him here.
Yes.
And we
I
probably
can
can
cast
convince him to come here and be um, like, hey, your people showed us a room that will aid us in helping you. And we're just gonna try everything at once.
Have we tried just like dispelling anything that might be on him?
I tried to remove curse earlier and it didn't. I mean, it partially worked, but not.
I mean, like if it's just magic or something.
I don't. It doesn't seem to be magic, or at least straight magic, and might partially be magic, but not like a dispel magic kind of thing.
I mean, I don't know if you
Okay.
guys actually checked, but yeah.
I was gonna say I could. That's like the only thing I could do would be try that at the same time
Yeah,
too.
I guess it wouldn't hurt to throw that on as well.
Unless it would mess up your what you're doing.
They're remove curse, greater restoration, or instantaneous spells. Dispel magic would not affect them.
No, it sounds like we have a plan.
Also, if need be, I can cast Greater Restoration as well.
I'll take care of that. You, unless you don't have remove curse.
I do not.
You don't have remove. Okay, I'll do remove curse. You do greater restoration. We just need the diamond dust for it.
Yeah, which I believe you now have.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, Bevins will kind of look at the rest of you. Well, free to look around if you like. Wouldn't touch any of the other paintings or try to open anything down here, but the books are not trapped, so there's that.
Mm.
But I am going to go prepare for our guest.
I'm sorry, your guest?
Yes, the master said that we should be expecting a guest for dinner, but he confuses meal times, so it could be in the morning.
Do you know who this guest is?
I haven't the foggiest.
I mean, the way things have been going, I'm not convinced Boomy knows who the guest is.
I'm surprised he'd remember that he has an appointment with one.
To be fair, he could just be making it up. Well, anyway, and he will depart.
It's my how are you able to cast greater restoration?
I Sarah looks at her arm where even now, you guys could see where she tattooed a few runes. I don't know. I just know it has something to do with these.
Ah, okay, makes sense.
I'm glad it makes sense to somebody.
Well, it makes sense that it's related to something you don't quite No. So you wouldn't. Never mind.
Like,
I'm
Don't take yourself deeper. I understood the first time. You're good.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
It's probably a good idea.
It's been a long day.
I guess head back to the rooms.
Very well.
Maya's just gonna briefly look around at the stuff here before going back to her room. Like, she's not gonna touch anything, just glance around.
Just gonna rip the Elminster painting off the wall.
She actually just goes and draws like glass.
like
Yeah. There's, like I said, a bunch of different furniture. Furniture might not necessarily be the right word for everything. There definitely also seems to be a piano. It's covered in a cloth. Some furniture pieces. A bunch of those like large sort of wooden crates that they would, ship like a bunch of stuff in. There's some chests. Variety of paintings like sort of lining the wall in this half, each of them covered. And yeah, there would be the bookshelves. And if those are what you're looking at, it seems to be a variety of different topics. They are very well arranged. There does seem to be like a section for history, another one for more arcane inclinations, some on divinity, others on the more infernal / abyssal.
Abyssal is infernal.
Yeah, abyssal / infernal, what have you. I'd say that there's like a section that seems to be like dedicated more to like the arts. There's some poetry, and you think like some sort of art collection books.
she did say she wasn't gonna touch anything. The piano looks mighty tempting, but she's gonna stick with her initial thoughts and head back to her room to like put on something on the jukebox and then sleep. Well, not jukebox, on the record player and sleep.
I think this would technically be a gramophone. Yeah, because that's the one that you wind up,
Gramophone.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's one of the ones you wind up. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but okay. Yeah, I mean, you've only ever heard him play like three different songs. So I mean, like,
I'm sure there's polka in the collection if he knows Elminster.
yeah. There's
Now you know
No, there's a violin orchestra thing in there.
yeah, there's a violin thing. Yeah. But all right, you head back to the rooms, settle in for your rest. As each of you, sleep finds you in one way or another. Yeah. Elena,
hello.
you would have a dream from when you were younger. It would be of the time when you and your parents had left the city, and you had gone on that mission. That we'll call it a diplomatic mission. And it's weird because you didn't quite remember exactly what it was for in the past, but now the dream is so sharp and clear that you're remembering even the finest of details. Your mother had been given a job by Lord Canoth. He had foreseen the destruction of his domain and was attempting to call in favors from other archfey as a means to avoid this fated end for him and his people. And that you were... It was unspecified. That you strangely don't remember. Perhaps it was because it had never been revealed to you. You had departed. And along your journey, something strange happened. The night that you became separated from them, or day, quite unsure of the time. Feywild, it's strange. But then you distinctly remember it being day, and then it changing very rapidly to night.
That's not uncommon in the Feywild.
Yes, at the young age of 90.
I wandered into the unseelie court. Oh no.
And as the darkness had surrounded you, you remember traversing through this wooded area, and something strange as you called out to your parents, no longer being able to see them. You remember coming across a body. At first, you feared the worst. Thought perhaps that it was one of them, but it was an elf, unrecognizable to you, but something about them sort of frozen and lifeless in this place. You remember looking at them and seeing a strange symbol on their skin. And I want to I gotta ask this above board again to make sure I'm not fucking up here because it's been quite some time. Because this is going to be a little connection thingamajiggy here. Vex. With the child. When the spirits had surrounded and attempted to give life to the boy once more when you were in Kresk. Do you remember what the symbol was? Do you remember if I had said it was a Triskelion or if I had said it was a handprint?
I do not
I
remember.
think it was a handprint.
Which means that it can be whichever.
It was a
It was a handprint? Okay.
I
very
think
well.
so.
Was it? How do you guys remember that?
I don't. I just vaguely feel like it was a handprint.
It was a handprint. There was a rune on the kid's ankle. Like it looked as if someone had grabbed his ankle, but specifically there was a rune there.
Yeah, I used minor illusion to make a negative image of the stuff that I was seeing so I could see what I wasn't seeing.
Very good.
So then both?
I don't remember neither. Sorry to say.
Oh, you're talking about what was on the kid's ankle, not the...
Yeah.
Yeah, so what was on the kid's ankle was some type of rune. There was a handprint there, yes, but that one had a rune.
Oh, it was a Triskelion within the handprint.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'll say that you will remember seeing upon this corpse near the arm what appeared to be a freshly applied red handprint and icy blue within it, a Triskelion.
Okay.
within the palm. There we go. And then you would wake up.
Wake me up. Wake me up inside.
You wake up. Save me!
Save me!
But the other two would have a. No, actually. Hold on. Yeah, that's right, because I had some other stuff planned.
Uh-oh.
Samaya,
Oh no.
you. Yeah, okay. You would have a very strange dream. One not from your own perspective, almost as if it were the memory of another.
Okay.
You would
Probably not an uncommon dream in Barovia.
True.
you would as you had this dream in the first person, at first you believed it to be yourself. The arms and hands, the skin tone matching, your personage being feminine. But you don't remember anything like this happening. At least not in the way that it happens. You would traverse from Kresk and make the journey south, going towards the Wizards of Wine. But the place had not yet become so heavily infected with the Fey corruption as you remembered it to be. That thin blue mist would hang, but the strange flowers and mushrooms, the little will-o-wisps and balls of light darting between the trees, you would see none of this. You would walk beyond the Wizards of Wine and notice that their fields are barren. Not a single crop growing. The dirt long since dried, and the winery looking on the verge of collapse. You would go further. You would sense eyes on you. But whenever you would look, you would see nothing. The occasional snap of a branch out in the distance, but you would steel yourself and continue to move forward. Till eventually the hill was within sight, Easter Hill. And atop it, that massive gnarled oak. But that shouldn't be there. You had slew it. And as you reach the peak of the hill, you see this strange effigy. You would watch yourself begin drawing items from your satchel and laying them out at the altar in front of this effigy and saying a silent prayer to it. Then watch as there was a flash of light and you would turn and see that familiar tear in reality. You would approach it cautiously. And as you entered, your eyes would sting. You would shield them with your hands as they slowly adjusted, looking at this beautiful landscape, but hating the light, hating the sun. You would turn and look towards The large tree, the throne carved at its base. Slowly make your way toward it. You'd see nothing around you. No other life. Until appearing seemingly from nowhere, out of the very bark of the tree itself, this large, horned individual. You would approach, and a conversation would be had, but the words muted. Some time would go by, the occasional turning of the head of this creature, until eventually its long hand would reach out towards you, and you would clasp it with your own, and you would watch as symbol of two leaves, one oak and one maple, one golden, the other orange, would appear as a brand upon the back of your hand. Then you would withdraw it, look at it. You'd feel this sense of dread, but it would pass quickly, and you would feel comfort. You would look down, you would notice it's strange. You hadn't looked down up until this point. You would see a protruding belly. And
Oh no.
you would rest your hand upon your stomach and sigh contentedly and look back towards the creature. And it would nod. And the dream would end.
Your mother made a
When she-
deal with Kanoth?
Apparently. Like I knew she made a deal with him of some sort. I did not know it was that. What time would she wake up at the end of that dream?
In the morning.
She is immediately going to Eilena's room, but I'll save that for after, like, whatever else is happening in the night.
Apollo. You would be having a pleasant dream. It would be, you would find yourself within the curtain walls of the Abbey of St. Markovia, going about your daily chores, your morning prayers. The mongrel folk particularly quiet this day, almost eerily, but you don't question it. You've sought this peace for quite some time. And at some point or another, you make your way to Clarence's room. And as you open the door, without knocking, you see him standing before a mirror. The wings that you thought until the battle the previous day you had never seen before, fully splayed out behind him, and his eyes that strange, solid, light purple. And he would turn towards you, and you would watch from within the mirror as your own eyes would take on their color when Dawson comes to the fore. And something strange would happen. The dream, it would feel as though you and he are experiencing it at the same time. But you're almost taking a back seat to it. Something is said, but muted. Conversation seems to be exchanged between the two. And you would feel yourself float out of your body as you would watch your own collapse to the floor. Clarence would seem to sigh. You would then watch him turn back to the mirror as it begins to glow, dull at first, but then as bright as the morning sun. He stands more at attention, more serious than you've ever seen him before, worried expression on his face. He begins to have a conversation. You're unsure with himself, or if perhaps there's some sort of entity within the mirror. He begins to grow frustrated, pacing back and forth in front of it and waving his arms in what seems to be objection. After some time, the anger seems to overtake him, and he smashes the mirror. He looks down at the shattered pieces of glass, seems to sigh once more, turns around, comes over to your body, picks you up, carries you back to your room, tucks you in bed, and just as he closes the door, you wake up.
Do I remember there being a smashed mirror in the Abbey?
You remember waking up one day and coming down because strangely you had overslept, which was not characteristic of you at all. And Clarence was sitting at the dining table with his hand wrapped in a bandage, saying that he tripped and accidentally broke the mirror.
I guess I'll ask Dawson. Do you know what was said in that conversation? It seemed like you took over.
He would think on it, but for some reason it wouldn't come to him. It's strange even. I would say because he seemed to experience that dream with you in tandem, you would get the feeling that he never realized that he was missing that memory until now.
I mean, it's hard to remember you're forgetting something until you realize you've forgotten it.
You don't know what you don't know.
Yep. In that case, I'm going to cast Remove Curse on myself.
Okay, post it.
Because that is one of the ways to undo modify memory.
That is, yep, okay. A mental block would be lifted, and you would remember seeing that once more, coming into the room, seeing Clarence like that, and him turning to Dawson and saying, "You weren't supposed to see this. It wasn't time yet." I still have my mission to complete. And while you're useful, I cannot have you jeopardizing it. The secret must remain for a while longer. And whatever you would say to that.
Since I'm closer to the wings in this instance and not like having like adrenaline from a recent battle, do the wings look like my own? Like are they mine? Like he took mine at one point and I regrew some.
No.
No, okay.
I think I had previously described it. But if I hadn't, my bad. It's also been a bit. His are they from like sort of the, we'll call it the wing base before the feathers begin to come down. From that initial portion, it's almost like a sunset, but then it begins to bleed into like a purplish beginnings of night, like evening, you know? So like that reddish orange of a sunset into that lightish purple of it is now beginning to become night.
Okay. I think you did describe that. It's just I didn't remember.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while.
History check of 2.
Personal history check. 2. Okay. Yeah, Donson probably like, what is the meaning of this? Why you're no celestial, why do you have wings like this? And then probably get knocked out through some means of Clarence.
Yeah. Well, he would he'd look at you, and he would sigh and say, "It is not time for you to remember yet. But when you do, yeah," he would say, "perhaps you would remember your old friend Ishim." And then you would feel like this intense pulse of energy.
My
And
old friend Sheen.
yes, and then your consciousness would fade as you would fall to the floor.
Does that mean anything to me?
That mm, yeah, I'll say now because you've removed the thing. Make a history check with advantage.
The 0 modifier, let's go!
There is a complex range of emotions that seems to flood through Donson at hearing this name and remembering it. There is respect almost bordering on reverence that then quickly changes to loathing. But that loathing is also accompanied with a great sadness and loss.
So like a betrayal.
Is this loss?
It might be.
And I would say, which I don't know if I've touched on this before, but this is good if I haven't, because then revelations. Something else would come to the forefront of his mind, which would be a single word: eclipse.
Eclipse.
But that's all you would get, because that's Nate.
Sheen and eclipse. Sheen. Okay. I guess the two of them will ponder this as they head downstairs for Brecky.
All right. As Sumaya immediately wakes up and runs over to Elena's.
Knocks on the door. Elena? Elena?
Apollo opens the door. Her room is
What
that one.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
I was
Goes to
across
knock
the
on
hall.
Elena's
You
door.
were next door.
I'm sorry. Mind going. Things. Elena, wake up.
Beauty, you here?
Is she even in
Well,
Oh,
I've been
hello?
talking. My mic had stopped again.
Oh,
there? No.
Yeah, you don't have to knock so many times.
There's something I need to talk to you about.
Okay.
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 Oh, come in, I
Sure.
guess.
Yeah, she'll come in. Yeah, she's moving as if like she just had 2 shots of espresso and she'd never had coffee in her life.
You can see that Elena was reading a book.
I am so sorry. um, your lord, he'd mentioned before that he made a deal with a drow woman at one point, and he'd forgotten her name. That woman was my mother, and she made the same. What it seems like she made a deal with him. I don't know what I came here expecting. Maybe I just wanted to know how that works.
I
It
mean, it
was
would depend on the deal.
I don't know if this means anything in terms of what the deal was, but there was I suppose a tattoo formed on the back of her hand. It was a maple and an oak.
Technically, you were
I
also a witness to this deal being made.
She was at a distance. She did not see the tattoo that was on.
Well, no,
Elena's
she
hair.
was pregnant with you, so you were a witness
That
to
is
this
true.
deal.
Yeah,
So I don't know if that has any application to Fey law, but it might.
I don't know. We're gonna find out.
DM would. I'm assuming like that's just a symbol of a deal was made, not that it means it's the same deal necessarily.
it's a symbol.
Like it's
that
just
the
saying
deal-
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just showing some kind of service. Okay. I mean, it means that there was a deal.
And what would that entail if the person making the deal was pregnant at the time of
Gananan.
that?
I mean, it depends on the Fae, and it would depend on the deal. I mean, maybe you're bound to the deal too. I mean, that would definitely make sense.
Would it?
Yeah. I mean, when you're a kid, your parents are like the ones in charge, so they can make deals for you.
Oh, God.
Do you have a brand tattoo somewhere? A sign of a deal?
Looks over her arms, hands. Not that I know of.
There's some kind of check I should make. Dylan.
Make a fate check.
You make a perception check.
Okay.
Watch it be like smack dab in the middle of her forehead somewhere, like a bindi.
Okay. So you see how panicked she looks, and you start kind of like glancing over things, and your runes are always visible, correct?
5 of them are because what was it? For the most part, they're supposed to be concealed, but her not entirely understanding how her magic works, re-tattooed some runes, thinking that's how she changed the spells she had access to.
Okay. So are any of the original ones visible?
As of a long rest, no. When she burns a sorcery point, then yes, they would be visible.
Okay.
I mean, I've probably seen the runes before. If
You
that
have
means
seen the runes
anything.
Yeah.
before, but if they're not currently visible, yeah, all right. Yeah, you look her up and down, and you don't see anything similar to your mark.
I'm gonna do something that probably does nothing. So I'll turn my arm over to show my mark, which they've seen before. Maybe like touch my mark if it's you said it looked similar, and you can see if it if you feel anything. I don't know. I'll be honest. I left the Feywild when I was just a kid. I mean, I was only
Chill.
90 years old. I didn't really learn much about that part.
90?
That's a kid for an elf. Elves aren't adults until they're physically adults at 18.
I know that. I know that. Samaya does not.
Yeah,
Yeah, good.
90. I was still a kid when I lost my parent. When I was lost from my parents.
Samaya's
Grandma over here.
panic sort of shifts, like melds with confusion for a moment. Just, what the hell? Touches her tattoo, like as if trying to connect with it somehow. I don't know.
Okay.
So mine is not exactly the same because mine is part of it's filled, part of it's wrapped in thorns.
Yeah. You touch it, and you would feel this jolt. Elena, you would watch as yours would begin to glow. And then Samaya, because the picture is like partially revealing clothing, but I'd say that you'd begin to see a glow on her skin from beneath her clothing in the places where the runes would be.
Well, you're glowing. I thought that normally only happens when we're fighting.
She'll move aside the part of clothing that's covering the original rune, which that would. Where did I have that placed originally?
I don't know. You never
It
told
was
me.
either the right wrist just below. Yeah, it was the right wrist just below the thumb.
Okay. So yeah, so making it visible, and it glowing, you notice that it's glowing with the same sort of autumnal orangish glow. And what both of you never would have noticed before is that it seems as though the rune itself is made up of little oak and maple leaves.
Oh. Oh God.
Wait a second. Canoth has some explaining to do. For being for being so willing to kill someone with his mark.
He didn't even know it was me. He didn't know I was. He didn't know.
I think he knew.
No, yeah, he knew.
He had to have known.
Yeah, he knew. He knew. I'm not even gonna lie
Let her live in her
about that. He
delusion
knew.
just a little bit longer.
Yeah, like so either he was that willing to kill someone with his mark, or he lied to me, which I don't see being a thing between two Fae. It might be. He might not view me as Fae enough.
I mean, also in his mind, I was in fact a traitor to you guys.
Yeah. You may
I never said shit
may have
about what I was
broken
planning.
you may have broken whatever deal you are a part of.
Yeah.
But there's like no way for me to discern from the rune or anything what kind of binding she might have. Like,
Yeah.
does it
You
is it
could
just
make-
the outlined? Or
You could make an Arcana check. I think would be the best thing for this, but I'm going to tell you it's going to be a really high DC.
I'll give you
yeah, and
advantage.
I don't have Arcana. I have a 0 to Arcana.
I have a 7 to Arcana.
I would say it would.
Pretty Fae.
Yeah, it's like Fey related, so it'd definitely be more of an Elena thing. You would just be like,
She's spiraling right now.
yeah. I don't know if you'd be
I
able
might
to
have
actually make heads or tails of it.
Something. Give me 1 second to look through my Fae shit.
Somewhere far away, Neo goes
Yeah.
to sleep and doesn't have a crazy dream.
Hell yeah.
Is he even able to sleep
So
where
many
the fuck
things
he
named
is?
Fae.
How do we not know he's not fighting for his fucking life?
Yeah,
Same.
yeah.
Damn, I wish.
Yeah, he's gonna come back level 20. He's gonna be like way stronger than you guys like ever were. And you're gonna be like, holy shit,
could
Neo,
ever
like,
dream
talk
of
about a glow up. It's like I was fighting for my life every single day in a forest full of monsters.
I mean, it hasn't been a single day yet, so I don't know.
It's been a while, dude.
It hasn't.
No,
It's been 2 days.
It's been almost a day.
Yeah, it's been 2 days.
It's 2 days.
No, we've only
We had a long rest. We had a long rest back at town after the fight, and then we had another long rest up here. So it's been
It's
so it's
at
been
least
almost
a day.
exactly a day and a half.
Oh man, you
Barely
posted a
any time
bunch
has
of
passed.
things.
That's everything I have that's named. I have all those things that have the word Fae in the name.
Fans mystery face step.
But none of it helps with
Fae
this. I mean,
Wild Connection.
I'll do the roll. I mean, the max I can roll is a 20. But
I mean, if you get a natural 20, you'll get it. I'll just say that. I'm not gonna say what the DC is, but it's definitely higher than a
it's
20.
higher than that. Yeah. Do I get the advantage from her helping or not?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right. Big money, big money, big money.
Unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, the symbology is the same. There's clearly a link. She touched it. They're both glowing. You know that there's some sort of connection between the two of you. Also, by the way, with the whole thing, he said that his hospitality was rescinded and that if they came there, he would kill them. But he wasn't actively going to kill them.
He just said so.
No, yeah. I mean, if she re-entered the domain, was what was said,
Yeah.
or something to that effect. I can find the words.
Which, I mean, so long as she didn't come in, he didn't have to do anything.
I Nope. I don't think my sprite would be any better. Actually, the sprite does have a whole +2.
Oh, you have the sprite maker roll? I mean, yeah, okay.
I'm looking at my options.
Why do I feel like I broke a contract I didn't know I signed?
Well, I mean, it's still breaking a contract, whether you know it or not. About like face spirit, that would also be a +2. No, like the only other thing is I could have like the sprite determine her current emotional state, but I'm pretty sure that is panic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the guy with like all of the arms dabbing his forehead with all of the fucking napkins.
And just putting this out there to show like the level of fag that she's going through, her passive deception is a 19.
Yeah, she's not hiding it at all.
Nope. That's all I got. Wait. We could try something. No, I mean no, because we know you're bound. That's wouldn't help. I got nothing. How did you find out about this though?
I saw it.
Like,
I saw it last night.
oh, when you stayed down there in the basement?
I didn't stay in the no. After I left the basement, I went to bed and then I saw it. I thought it was a memory, but it was a memory, but it wasn't my memory. It was hers. Maybe a few months, not few months, maybe only 2 months or even weeks before I was born.
Hmm. Well, I mean, I could send him a letter with the raven and ask him. If you really want to know.
Yes, I the mark of a deal I was not. I am not privy to. I just know that it exists and it's bound to this. She holds up her arms, revealing the tattooed runes. I don't know what this is.
Yeah. So the only thing is, the exact wording will probably matter a lot, and I don't know if he'll give me that, but I'll ask.
I did not know there was any. I didn't know the contract. I know I still broke it, but I.
I mean,
I'd
do we
very
know you
much
broke it?
broke.
I feel like something very bad would have happened to you if you had broken it.
I suppose that's fair,
I
but
mean, maybe like you're close to breaking it or something. I don't know.
maybe. Either way, I'd like to know.
If you fully broke it, I doubt he would have let you come through even with me. But maybe I'll write a letter. Do I have any paper left?
I don't know. Do you?
No. Boy, can I borrow some paper and ink?
My
Bevan could get you
Bevan-
some paper.
Bevins.
I mean,
Is he gonna be real when we leave?
I mean, the ink was real when we left.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll get some parchment and ink from one of the Bevanses,
very well.
and I'll write out a letter and send it to you. Also put like as good of a sketch as I can make of the symbol inside of the rune, the way it is, like where it's going.
Yeah, did I ever send you a picture?
Of the
Of like what the
of the
symbol was?
tattoo?
Yeah.
No, I have that it's gold outline, maple leaf, and oak leaf, and then the maple leaf filled in orange when I got my tier 1 transformation. It didn't change at all when I got tier 2, and the stems of the leaves are wrapped in black thorns.
Yes, yeah, they're now wrapped in blackthorns. Yeah. Yeah, I meant to draw this. I never got around to drawing it. That's my fault. It's like image address.
Do you know like what your mother's name was? Because like maybe he would need that to reveal it. I don't know. Like to know who we're talking about.
I don't. Yeah, no. She just started to say, no, people stopped using her name, and Ba found it. I think he found it painful to say it.
This
Just
is
referred to her as
just
my
for me,
mother.
Dylan. This is just for me, Dylan. Elena just kind of like 1,000-yard stare.
A wisdom save or a wisdom check?
That's a check.
Yeah, that's a
My
check.
saves are +10.
Okay.
Also, the symbol would be like if. So you see how like each of them like they're leaning in towards each other. Instead, it would be as if they were leaning away from each other, where the stems were touching. And then yours, obviously, now it has the little black thorns wrapped around the stems. But hers would be more almost as if like they were more closely like interlaid with each other. So like you can see so like let's say for example so I don't know exactly how like the rune child thing works, but I hear rune, I think Nordic runes. So like if well fuck, I don't know. Where's a good one? So like here's a thing, right? So like let's say for example one of the runes was like the first one, Fehu, and within the outlines of the rune itself there are overlapped oak and maple leaves. If that makes sense. At least that's how I'm picturing it. And it's kind of something similar to what I did for like in Wild West with Ed's thing. So like his Rune Knight runic tattoos, they're because Giant shares the same runic written language as Dwarvish, but obviously, you know, like they mean different things. So you would see like a Dwarvish rune, but within the Dwarvish rune, there would be like words in Giant that represent what each thing does. So like or I'm sorry, that's wrong because like it's a fuck tattoo. So the F would have like the giant runes within it that say like fire, flame, stuff like that. Is the whole idea I'm going for. But yeah, sorry. Didn't mean to derail that too much. Mother's name, hard to say. Yeah, painful, definitely.
I would say, Dorje, even in your panic state, you would probably notice Elena get just 1,000-yard stare when you talk about no one saying the name and it being painful and all that.
She sort of pauses briefly in her panic, watches, and then just snaps her fingers in front of Elena.
Well, yep. Right. I'll get that leather sent. See what we can find out.
Okay, thank you.
So I will say to you, once you find out about it, especially, I'd be pretty careful not to break whatever the terms are.
Well, whether I know it or not, I am still at risk for breaking it. Better to know what I'm breaking before then, yeah?
Yeah. Unless, like, the thing was, you may never ask about this. But it's probably not.
Most likely not. Yeah.
That'd be some major bullshit if it was.
It's like, just give me the warning first.
All the more reason to like annihilate the Feywild. I mean, what?
Who knows? Who knows? Thank you, but I don't know what you'd want for repayment. Nothing. We should probably go to breakfast. As she'll get up, kind of force herself to calm and move to the door.
We're gonna have to teach Samaya the rules of the Fae.
She said, I want to say thank you.
Which is a good point. I need to pull up my rules of the Fae while I'm typing this letter.
She didn't actually give you her thanks. Literally or figuratively.
You also didn't give me your mother's name.
Yeah.
Although I think your mother did that, is why no one speaks her name.
Probably.
But all right.
On that note,
y'all head down. And the Bevanses would direct you back through that glass door instead of to the right where the kitchen is. They lead you to the left to like an actual proper dining room. You would see Morty sitting at the head of the table. The whole table is just loaded up with variety of breakfast items. He seems to be trying to eat a hard-boiled egg, but it's like in one of those like little egg holder things. And he's just kind of like, taking his time with it. And you would see seated to the right of him an individual in red robes that appears rather androgynous, and their face is shrouded in shadow. But they're
Shit.
sitting next to him with a glass of what seems to be red wine and nothing on their plate in front of them.
Samaya has.
Amaya's calling bullshit immediately.
Samaya has seen probably, at the very least, has had them described by Inigo. Who that is.
Yeah, she ended up sitting not next to, but across from her at, at that dinner. Ooh. Samaya is going to, oh boy. We're in the room already, aren't we?
Yeah.
I'm up writing a letter.
Oh, well, yeah. So the two of
Okay.
you and Apollo.
So before we, properly go in, she's going to signal for Apollo to be, quiet, just behind her back, to sort of take her hand and lower it as if, lower the volume kind of thing. And walk in as normal.
I don't think Apollo would know who the fuck Moldovan is.
No. um you Morty would look over at you two. Oh, good morning. Yes, come in. Breakfast is served.
Thank you. And this is?
My dinner guest.
I see.
What did you say your name was again? The hood just kind of tilts towards him a little bit. Right. Yep. I remember. This is Scarlet.
Pleasure to meet you. Scarlet.
They would nod.
Yeah, she'll sit across from. Oh God. she'll sit across from her. I am Samaya. This is my friend.
Hello. I'm Apollo. Cleric of Lathander, and
She'll just sort of make briefly wide eyes at Apollo before turning back to her meal.
How long have you known Morty, Miss Scarlet?
Number of years. But it is a pleasure to meet you, Apollo, cleric of Lathander. And it is good to see you again, Samaya.
Oh, did you what?
We have been briefly acquaintanced. It was before I rejoined you all. And she's making it a point to say that, just sort of trying to subtly, not so subtly warn you, don't say shit.
Can
frequent
Apollo put that
guest.
together? Apollo can.
She's a frequent guest of dinner parties, it would seem.
I try to make a good impression. Sometimes it doesn't quite work.
Oh.
But it is good to see you, even here. I hope the journey wasn't too hard.
No. Quite a simple journey, as a matter of fact. It wasn't too difficult to find this place. And the crossing has been made that much safer since the elimination of the Varger in the area. I believe I have your group to thank for that.
I'm sure they would be flattered at the compliment. I know one of them at least would be honored.
Well, don't wait on my account, please. Do enjoy yourselves. I'm fine with just a drink.
Does she have
Yeah,
like
well,
a glass of red?
Yeah, while they've been talking, like stark difference to how Samaya was at Ravenloft. Not Ravenloft. That's
Maybe
what it was.
Ravenloft. Yeah.
Castle
Ravenloft.
Ravenloft.
She does in fact serve herself and sit with a little bit more ease, though her back is still tensed, and she's able to eat comfortably.
Okay. Oh yeah, let me read this thing that Bean sent me.
Oh no!
But it's written in Sylvan.
That's great. Okay, yeah. So you send that. You just simply like walk out the front real quick and let it
Yeah.
fly.
You know, like
And
the
then-
when you have like the alarm in a house that like goes off whenever it doesn't go off, but like it does like back door open. Like we hear front door open.
front door open. No.
I think it's the only door.
It's the only door. Yeah, but so you do that, and I'd say at about that point, as Samaya's like beginning to serve herself, the Bevanses would lead you into the dining room, and you would see that Morty has a guest.
Oh, so there really is a guest.
He actually remembered, though
Wrong time.
I could see that.
And they are. I don't know how to phrase it. Samaya can do it.
She is an influential part of Barovia. And she is doing, like, sort of softer but similar eyes to Elena, like, dude, don't say shit. Danger, don't say shit.
Influential would be an accurate description. Influential would be a very accurate description.
Yeah. She kept it, she wasn't able to absorb everything about Strahd's main cast, but she did remember the important bullet points from Inigo's brief briefing.
She is the spy.
She is the master of spies.
What are you, the president of his fan club?
No.
That would be your
No.
mother.
Damn!
Oh
Now
no.
he's here to fuck us.
Look, she's
John's
been
here.
dead for 280 years. 290
Allegedly.
years.
She could be alive.
Allegedly, yeah. 298 years. There we go.
As a matter of fact, this woman is your mother. No. That would be bad.
What's a little matricide among friends?
I mean, we could ask the same about fratricide, but I think Apollo would have a few words about that.
You see, Dorje is actually 164th Eladrin on her mother's side.
I mean,
Yeah,
aren't
that's true.
no, Eladrin's not the original form of elves.
Nope.
They're just elves that spent more time in the Feywild.
They just didn't leave when the
Yeah.
other elves did.
But distantly related to Eladrin, yes.
What much more than 100 than a 64th?
Oh,
though.
for sure.
Or much less than a 64th, I should say.
But yeah, she would like give Elena those eyes of like, don't say shit, danger.
All right. I'll get a plate and start eating, but also I'm trying to get a read on this influential person that I'm not supposed to talk about.
They would sit there, just kind of. You feel as if you're being looked at, but you can't make out their eyes. And ever so often, they would just pick up the wine glass and take a sip, but you wouldn't see any facial form. You're not quite sure like where the lips are in the first place.
Okay. Can I get anything off body language?
Sure.
She's really good at hiding her body language. That's what you get.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, she's really good at hiding her
she's
body
really good
language.
at hiding her body language, yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. But after a bit, I'd say Morty finishes his hard-boiled egg, and he goes, "Right, so Scarlet, why did you come here again? Were we supposed to do something?" And she would tilt her head in his direction. I came to check on you, as I have in the past. Are you feeling any better? Have you remembered anything lately? Anything new? Nope. Wait, yes. I remembered my dear friend Eli. And then forgot about him again completely. I see. That's progress. You should keep at it. Let me know if anything changes. Any more important memories. He just kind of nods as he shoves a sausage into his mouth.
Does he do it
Yeah.
sensually?
No.
No, okay.
No.
He maintains eye contact with Apollo specifically.
Yeah. He just. This is really good sausage. You should try some, Apollo.
I think Lathander's favorite food is sausage.
Not gonna lie, you guys saying that just made me think of like literally the opening scene of fucking K-pop Demon Hunters. Rumi just with that freaking whatever the hell that thing is.
Sticking a full sushi roll into her mouth.
Yes,
Uh,
that is literally the immediate image that I had when you guys were describing that.
but yes, after essentially shoving a sausage in his mouth, uh, Scarlet would drain their glass, stand, look towards Morty. Well, thank you once again for being such a gracious host. And she would reach into the sleeve of her robes and produce a letter and pass it over to you, Samaya, just kind of tucking it under your plate. But I've come here for what I came to do. Seeing you all was a pleasant surprise.
As it was to see you, ma'am. It is good to know that you are still in good health.
Always. And one of the Bevanses will run over and escort her out.
I'm gonna wait until I hear the door close.
Front door open.
Front door open.
Closed.
Front door closed. Yeah.
Front door open. Whoops, forgot my keys.
Front door closed.
What in the nine hells? Was that one of the generals?
That was the master of spies. She is not a general. She is a master of spies and not someone to be trifled with. I am sorry I didn't warn you guys earlier. I didn't think she would be here.
Oh, yeah, that's very fair. Morty, why?
Morty doesn't know.
Huh? What?
She works for Strahd.
Scarlet?
was Scarlet.
No. Scarlet doesn't work for Strahd.
She's
kind
a
of like
spy
a-
master.
Hold on.
No.
Morty, what else have you told her about things you remembered?
Don't remember.
Bevins, whichever Bevins does archives, I assume there is one. How much has he told Miss Scarlet over her visits?
The master has told her not much of consequence. Usually it's a lot more remembering stranger things, like how to use the bathroom.
Well,
Has he forgotten that
she
before?
has probably.
Once or twice. Little spell cleans it up, though.
One thing she
And
has learned is that we know Morty.
And she also now knows about his friend Eli. She just doesn't know who Eli is. For now.
I don't think the master mentioned your group to her before. He just said that he was the one that cleared the Varga from this area, so I mean, he is prone to exaggeration. What are you talking about? I did, single-handedly. Remember that amazing spell that I cast that blew their alpha's brains all over the inside of the cave? Of course, Master.
I wasn't there. I can't verify this.
Maya's face just goes completely flat for a moment, and then just goes back to normal. This is not good.
Well,
I also told her I remembered I was king of the mountain. He did do this.
Yes.
well, Morty, once we're finished breakfast, your people, they've actually shown us a nice
No. Wait. Before we discuss that, maybe we should discuss what we found as a group first, given what we've just learned.
Actually, maybe we should make sure that Scarlet is really gone.
Front door open. No.
That too.
Did any of the Bevanses actually see her leave?
Yes,
It's
that
very-
Bevins is now a vampire.
Now I can check. Hold on. And he'll come out, and then he comes back in like not even a minute later with the Bevins who saw her leave with. The Mistress Scarlet has departed.
Just now, or
Front door open.
Yeah. Yes, she just departed a moment ago.
this is not good.
Like when you say a moment ago, like when we think she left, or like when she should have left based on when she left the room, or did y'all stop
Did she pause at
somewhere?
any time?
Yeah, did y'all leave stop somewhere before going out the door?
She stood there in the foyer for a moment, asked me if there was anything else that the master required, and then when I said that there was nothing that I was aware of, she left. And then Bevins here came and got me. That's correct.
So she was solidly out of earshot.
I mean,
Sure,
depends on how good her
passive
ears are.
perceptions.
It wouldn't matter either way.
Mine's 20.
You would notice a small, smooth stone tucked under her plate.
Under Scarlet's plate?
Yeah, under Scarlet's. And she'll like if Samaya sees that, she's gonna signal for Elena not to touch it.
But no, she gave you a letter and put it under your plate.
Yeah, she gave me a letter, but there's a stone under her plate.
Oh.
Yeah. And Samaya's just gonna signal to not touch it.
Oh,
I
what's
look
your
at you
passive?
questioningly.
She'll write on her hand with whatever sauce or grease is there. Lie.
I'll just ritual cast detect magic, see if it's magic.
It is magic.
Just lie. Find something to lie about is essentially what she's saying.
So the Festival of the Sun is tomorrow, right? And I cast Dispel
That's the
Magic.
question. Question isn't a lie.
I
That's
don't think you need to make a check for that.
Wisdom check.
Yeah. No, I said I don't think you
Oh.
need to make a check for that.
Well,
Yeah,
if it's 5th level, I got it.
Yeah. It dispels.
All right. Oh, we lost Chris.
Good.
Whoa! Shots fired. But not. Samaya will try and force herself to relax. Well, let's hope that she still thinks I'm on her side.
Or maybe she's not as much with Strahd as we thought?
The letter. She'll check her letter. There was no magic ping on this one when Apollo did his thing, right?
No pig.
Oh, the envelope at least.
She'll open the envelope carefully.
There's Ryzen
Okay.
in it.
That's why I said carefully. It's not near me. They're not within breathing distance of me anyway.
What did I say hers was again? Zalance is
It's
a dragon.
Ouroboros.
Yeah. So you would see stamped in the wax is an Ouroboros.
I peel the wax seal off and unfold the letter.
It would say, Dear Samaya, I trust that at this point they figured out that the sword in their possession was not the sword. Hold on. Yeah. The sword in their possession is not the sword. It was quite a poor choice of you to give up something so valuable to the Dread Lord. But I might be able to reconcile that situation if you're willing to do a favor for me. I know that you're busy playing double agent, but when you get a free moment, come to my domain. There's something that you and I must speak of. It concerns your future and your past both. And it would just say, yours, Andre Moldovan.
Where is her domain?
We don't know.
You don't know?
She'll take a pause.
It's probably
like,
one of
letting the
those
others
domains
read it
that
as well.
find you.
Yeah. She'll let the others read it as well. What do you want me to do?
I think it's worth looking into. She could be an ally. Because if I don't know, this reads like she's not completely with him, or at least she's disagreeing with some of his actions.
I mean, he's trying to... Not trying to, he is forcing a marriage with a teenager. The problem is, though, she's a master of spies. I'm an actress. She lies better than I do. Hello, Marhen.
What if there was a way for you to have a second pair of eyes in there with you?
That would be greatly appreciated.
I only have half of that plan figured out so far,
Not...
but I do have beast sense. Which does not even care if you're on the same plane, apparently.
Quick question above board, DM.
Yeah.
Apparently I had a way to report at one point what had happened with the sword. Do I still have that available to me, or was that a one use only?
What do you mean?
So before I was able to use sending to report on, like, they know the sword is fake, they still let me in. Do I still have that spell available to me, or was that a one use and gone kind of thing?
Didn't you just use sending?
And
I don't know. I asked if I had something available, and you said yes, but I don't have sending in my spell slot stuff.
Oh, that was a misunderstanding on my part. I thought you had sending.
Inigo has warned you about using sending.
Yeah, I used that one specifically because I thought they were listening in. So when But
you
yeah,
you did message Inigo about the sword, and then like
yeah.
he's like, yeah, just be careful with sending.
Yep. But yeah, does she? I'm guessing she doesn't have something like that available currently.
No. Sorry then.
Hmm.
I will say there's something else in the letter, by the way.
All right.
On the back of the letter, there's something written in Celestial.
Apollo, can you read this?
Yes, that's Celestial. Start reading it.
Yeah, because I like the fun stuff. It says, "Ego sum Ouroboros caudum meum edens ut cresacum," which would translate to, "I am the Ouroboros, eating my tail so I may grow."
Does that mean anything beyond like that's just her slogan?
You're not sure?
Why would she have a saying in Celestial?
Why would the saying be that?
Well, that's her symbol, it looks like. But
My question remains: if you eat your own tail, you eventually either choke or disappear.
well, an Ouroboros is a symbol of eternity.
Ah.
So it'll for eternity keep consuming its tail, and
Also a
Been
nature spirit.
long time.
Do I have any? I do. I think that's also a nature spirit.
that's outside my domain.
Would work. Would I be able to insight? Like, cause that's not watermarked into the paper, right? That's actually signed.
It's written, yeah. Not a watermark.
I don't know what this would be. Could I like try and figure out why she would write that beyond just a heralding? Because it really does feel weird for it to be in Celestial, not Strahd's language.
I mean, Strahd speaks common.
Yeah, but even vampires have their own language.
Not really.
You know, they don't,
It's the language they do in life.
Yep.
Gotcha.
I think they used to, but
Hmm.
I'm not
They might,
positive.
yeah, they might have used to, but he knows a bunch of languages. Because I mean, what languages he speaks doesn't really
Yeah,
ruin
fair.
anything for the stat block. Dude speaks giant, draconic, common, and I think also celestial.
Okay, so it might
And
just
two of those are ones
it
that
might
I
just be
don't
a
speak.
boasting rate. I do not speak Celestial.
Wait, you told me the dragon speaks Draconic? What is this?
Yeah, common, abyssal, draconic, elvish, giant, infernal. No celestial.
So when would be a good time for me to take her up on this? After or before we hear from your lord, Elena?
The what now?
I mean, it'll probably be best to get the response before you do that, just so you'll know what you are privy to. Or
Yes.
party to, I mean.
And how long until he would respond?
Um math. 1 second. We're way up here. Let me zoom out.
He's all the way down there.
I mean, so you got like I have no idea if the Raven had to go all the way to the hill or not when it's done the messages before. 18.5 miles.
How fast do ravens fly?
As
But it's
fast as the
not
crow
the
flies.
Raven flying. It is not the Raven flying speed, possibly, because I'm using Animal Messenger.
25
And
miles
Animal
per
Messenger.
hour.
Animal Messenger has a speed unless the animal's faster.
What is animal messenger speed?
Target beast travels the duration of the spell toward the specified location, covering 50 miles per 24 hours of flying.
Yeah, the normal raven's faster.
Normal Raven has a 50-mile fly speed, or 50-foot fly speed, which would also be, yeah.
Apollo and Donson.
Yes. Make a history check.
You
Fuck!
got nothing.
I wasn't looking at that. I was looking elsewhere.
You're looking at like 2.5 to
Do you want
3 hours.
two
Okay.
history checks or just one?
No, just one. That was just me doing the Apollo Sun Dawn
Oof.
Apollo thing. Of oh well.
Don't you oof me.
Were you inciting that? Was somebody inciting that?
Inciting what?
The celestial?
I mean, I
that
can
was me trying to figure
read
out-
it.
That was me trying to figure out why she would write that in celestial in particular, because it feels
Oh.
out of place and on the back of the paper.
You said that she's a spy?
Yes, she is. And yes, normal.
Last night was my PSD holiday, and then I have
Oof.
tonight and tomorrow night off.
Smaya don't know shit.
It was supposed to be a 3-day week.
Not a
Yeah.
3-day week.
I was gonna work 3 days and have the 2 days off, but the holiday gave me the extra, so I had worked 2 days, had 3 days off. Did you find out from him yet? All right, so text me the dates, and then I'm gonna text Fran to put in for the 2 holidays, and then I already have a swap that I have from Cat.
Sick.
So I should be able to, if I have that, then my day is off. It should work out, I think. I'll look at it. Just text it to me. All right. Yeah, I'll say sorry. With an insight of 6, you're not quite sure why Celestial.
It's just weird.
She could be your angle or your dough.
Actually, yeah. Elena,
Hello.
you said you knew that it was also a nature spirit. So you have.
I
so you
mean,
have
I don't know
knowledge?
if she. That's up to you. If that was canon me saying that.
Are they actually?
It's a primal spirit, which is a nature spirit.
Yeah, you know stuff about nature. You're a ranger. Yeah, make a history check.
Okay. Famously awful at these.
Got this. Yeah.
You would recall that, and you would also recall, which good shit. Something seems to be missing from that statement. And so you do know Celestial, yeah?
Yep.
All right. Yeah. You would know that the rest of that would be nope. Wrong thing. Come on. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Do it. Do it. Do the roar.
Sixum infinitus. Thus I am infinite.
Didn't they even put the whole thing on there? The rest of it should be Sixum Infinitus.
Thus I'm infinite.
So why would they only put that top part of it?
I don't know. Maybe she hadn't got that far in her celestial lessons yet.
Maybe.
But yeah, now that the rock's gone, are we good to finish telling Boomy about what we were telling him about? And then we can deal with when you're going, since we're waiting for the message back before you go.
Probably, but first we should probably find out how long or how frequently she's been visiting. Because either way, Morty might have to move. And not use the mansion again if this is how
I've only
Oh,
been here for a
you're
little
finding
bit, but since I've been moving around, she just kind of tends to know where I am.
I don't think there's anywhere in Barovia he could go that she won't find him.
Well, unless I turn myself into an animal or a tree.
Wait.
Do you-
Wait. No, go ahead. I lost
No,
it.
go ahead. It was just me
No,
thinking.
I lost it.
Oh, sorry, man.
I do have a way for us to have a second set of eyes on you when you go now, though.
Ooh, awesome. Do you tell her every new thing you remember?
What?
Scarlet, do you ever tell her every new thing you learn? Or remember?
Who's that?
Who's Scarlet? Yep, there it is.
Should we do the thing that we were planning on doing?
I just asked that and was told no, not yet.
We were planning on doing something?
Yeah, we have a surprise for you. Do you like surprises?
Oh my gods, I love surprises.
It's done. Bevins knows the way. He can lead all of us, yeah?
Yeah, Bevins found a picture of your very best friend.
I have a best friend? Bevins, why didn't you tell me this?
I wanted it to be a surprise for you, yes?
Mm. He he produces a gnarled stick that looks like a broken off tree branch, waves it, and you watch as the nearest Bevins is turned into an acorn.
Well, now we won't know how to get to the picture.
I don't think that was the Bevins that knew.
That
I really hope it wasn't.
It was not the one that knew.
But that poor Bevins.
R.I.P. Bevins.
Can I have that acorn? What?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. They're not really nourishing. Tried to make a puree out of them one time and just wasn't doing it for me.
By
I
the
liked them a
nine
lot more
hells,
when I was
what
a
is
kid.
wrong with you?
Maya is visibly traumatized.
Oh, not out of
There
the
in darkness.
Bevinses, just regular acorns. That's a Bevin's corn.
How many Bevins corns do you have?
Just the
One
one?
less than the second ago.
Is
Well,
it
yeah, now none.
is it temporary?
Probably.
Oh no.
Maya just walks away at that point. You should go find your prize.
Let's go check out his best friend.
Reminded everyone to never anger a druid. But the surprise sounds
I
fun.
learned that
Show it
before.
away, Bevins and friends.
One time I saw a druid get mad and then they summoned a bunch of fire from the ground.
Oh, I can do that.
I've done a version of that.
And lightning. I especially like lightning. Something about electricity coursing through my veins as I launch it towards my foes.
Not okay.
I'm remembering something.
Well, you should write it down so you can tell Scarlet next time.
Right, what
No.
down? Are we going somewhere? Why is everyone standing? I thought we were having breakfast.
We're taking you to a surprise. Come on, let's go.
Oh, all right. Okay, fine. I'll play along.
Get to meet your best friend.
I'll follow you downstairs.
I have a best friend.
I didn't
Yes,
know I had a
sir.
best friend.
Yes,
Is it you,
do.
Bevins? Are you my best friend? Of course, Master. You're not really a great best friend, Bevins. We don't really do anything fun. When's the last time we went out drinking, Bevins?
Yesterday,
No,
sir.
I couldn't tell you. You eventually make your way down into the basement and gather around the portrait. Would you have put the cloth back on, or is it just there for him to say?
Probably the
Probably
cloth
should-
on because we're gonna expose him to the cheese, the picture, remove curse, greater restoration,
Spell magic.
and dispel magic simultaneously.
Okay,
Short circuit in
Alright.
the Arcana.
so I'll say that
And when multiple effects affect him at the same time, he chooses the order.
Bevins has yeah, Bevins has a silver platter with like one of those lid coverings as he's walking down, walks over there.
Let's go.
Yeah. So all right. Bevins positions himself between Morty and the painting, with the tray ready to take the lid off. I'm assuming each of you take up some form of position around him, one of you getting ready to pull the cloth off of the painting. So,
Well, no, there has to be another Bevins for that. 'cause
Yeah,
we're all
we
casting
need another
spells.
Bevins.
okay. All right. Another Bevins
I
will be
imagine the
there.
Bevins have been organized for this
Yeah. The rest of them are all gathered down in the space in case.
with like bated
Morty
breath.
tries to leave.
Please work. We want to stop being all cult
Release me
Bevins.
from the suffering. They can finally let the that one Bevins out of wherever they were hiding them.
Yeah.
The
female
Bevins is
The one
more
female
Bevins.
Bevins.
It's like the other half of the staff is all women. You just never see them. But all right. So go ahead and cast your spells.
Remove curse.
Greater action
Dispel magic.
with our powers combined.
Okay. So wait, I choose the order.
Well, when multiple effects affect you at the same time, the creature chooses the order.
I am removing the diamond dust from my thing.
So I'll say, as you all cast it, one Bevins removes the cloth. Morty looks at the painting.
I mean, also the cheese is
Okay.
exposed.
The cheese is exposed. It's right under his nose. And he kind of like gasps, which seems to like inhale the scent of the cheese. And he his eyes go wide. He stares at the painting and he's like stock still, like almost paralyzed. Your spells go off. Bean, I'll
Yep.
do dispel magic first. You gotta roll for it.
Okay. So that'll be a. Oh wait, do I get that? Let me see where I get that from real quick. So it depends on which of the two types of roll it is. So I don't think Dispel Magic is not just a ranger spell.
I'm not sure off the top.
It's from Fey Wanderer, so it is Wisdom.
Okay.
Unfortunate.
You got this. You got this.
That's good.
It was actually a 13th level spell, guys.
Okay. All right.
Spelled Karsus's avatar.
And then
And I actually dispel Mistress Ban.
you hit the
Mistress
remove curse.
Van?
Ban. Or
Oh.
ban on Karsus is brought back to life.
No, he's still alive. He's just petrified.
Yeah, Karsus is unpetrified.
And then okay. All right, so because you don't have to roll for the other two. So the spells wash over him. Your dispel, you feel something get dispelled. The remove curse, you're not quite sure. The greater restoration, you think that there has been some sort of effect. As all of this washes over him and he's standing there, you watch as he continues to just stare at the painting, portrait, what have you, because it's not a fucking photograph.
What's this portrait?
Every time it ever makes me laugh.
Look at this graph.
And you watch as like a single tear rolls down his cheek. And yeah, the Bevins is bated breath.
Is there like an audience of other Bevanses watching from up above?
Yeah, the female Bevanses are up there. Yeah. And after what feels like an eternity, he just relaxes. What in the hell have I been doing for the last 2 years?
A lot.
Nothing at all.
A bit of both.
Often at the same time. Are you feeling better, Boomy?
You know, I can't blame you for that. I did tell you that was my name. Well, no more nicknames. I'm done with all that. He kind of like starts looking at himself in his like disheveled robes. This needs to change. And he snaps his fingers, and you would watch as the appearance of what has effectively been Radagast Brown this whole time completely changes. He's now in more formal looking attire, wearing these sort of like bluish robes. He's now bald. He has the mustache and the goatee. Much more cleaned up. No longer an insane look in his eyes. I'd also say, yeah, he's have like a cloak. He's more, he's like adorned with some jewelry. And he just kind of like takes a moment, looks at each of you. Well, I have been stuck in the unpleasant hellscape of my mind for quite some time. Thank you.
And your proper name is?
Yeah, you said no more nicknames, so
Yes,
promise.
that was more of a Please don't address me by those nicknames anymore. I am the Lord Mage of Greyhawk, Morton Kainen. It's a pleasure to make your proper acquaintance.
Greyhawk. That's switch to Dawson. That is very much not of this world. Both of Barovia and of Toril.
I thought Greyhawk was a continent there. It's an entire other world.
That's where those two elves that were on that Spelljammer were from. I didn't think I'd ever meet anyone that said they were from there again.
You encountered someone from a Spelljammer.
Yeah, they used to come into the Sword Coast quite a lot.
I forget elves live so long. Well, Morton Caden, it's good to have you back to your faculties.
So is the Sword Coast in Torel or in Greyhawk?
Toril.
Real.
Okay.
That's crystal sphere known as realm space. Greyhawk is in Earth.
Are looking like she's trying to understand what you're saying, but it is so not connecting. And then turns
Yeah,
back
So
to
you have no
Kanan.
concept of these things, so I doubt you'll understand.
Yeah, there are 2 points of a triangle that the Spelljammer ships go between.
Now she looks at Elena like, what?
That
Yeah.
barely makes sense to me.
Confined to this place since her birth, there is no assurance that she will comprehend what you are attempting to tell her.
No, part of that's still the punishment for betraying us.
Well,
I mean, what?
people have done all sorts of regrettable things when they get trapped here. Some of them go mad, and others betray their friends. Some things can be forgiven, others, well. But I'm not getting involved in all that. Look, you've done me a service. And he pauses for a moment and looks at the portrait of Elminster again. I cannot believe I called him Eli. You know, he'd probably turn me into a frog for that one.
That might have saved your skin. At least today.
Oh, it's not like Elminster's anywhere around here to turn me into a frog, and I doubt he has any idea that I called him Eli in the first place. Which, by the way, that stays between us, or I'll turn you into a frog.
Which one of you are
Understood.
stronger?
I gotta DM you something, Dylan.
I know more spells by you than I do of Elminster. Though that doesn't necessarily mean capability, just imagination.
I mean, you taught me how to
Elminster. Wait, you're even here?
I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna pull it up real quick, Dylan. Give me 1 second to pull that.
Elminster's always watching. So he's known Morton Kanen was in a spot of bother, but chose not to help. Okay.
No, he wouldn't have known anything until just very recently.
Oh boy.
You know what's wild about this that makes absolutely no sense? I'm looking at the wiki. This happening.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't know.
Okay. This happening, him being here, happens before any of the other stuff that happens for all of the other Sword Coast adventures, right?
I mean, him getting stuck here, yes.
Yes, right.
Because he needs
But
to be
He doesn't get
recovered
saved.
and get rehabilitated by Silverhand for Vecna.
But no, well, no. So like, so this,
He gets rehabilitated. He's being rehabilitated during the time of Dragon Heist.
right? But so like, this is the thing I don't understand. If you have the means to do it, like you just did, you can fix him.
I don't think
Mhm.
it's a complete fix. He probably still will have like breakdowns occasionally, but like
I mean,
he's
Yeah,
mostly better.
that's the canon.
Yeah.
He's trying to
Right.
reconcile a bunch of stuff.
Like
We
he's
can
going to
fix
need
it.
a lot of therapy. Like he's not completely better.
No, yeah, because he still has his
Hit him
percentage
of what it is
of
to be sane again. That's about it.
yeah.
Oh.
He has his old memories back. He also has all his memories of being the Mad Mage of Mount Baratug, and that whole personality.
Yeah, and that's gonna mess with him for
Yeah.
a while.
He's not ready to show himself back to the circle of hate in that state.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because I'm reading this more, and yeah. Okay.
So you ripping his hood off did not help him.
He does
No.
really like the feeling of electricity coming out of him.
Yeah. Well, I did that because I thought it would be funny. Because apparently he fucking does.
Oh yeah.
I
Um,
choose the wrong time to drink.
well,
I'm drinking Gatorade, by the way, not.
yeah, I figured. All of that aside, we're still stuck in this hellscape. And there's still Vanzarovich to deal with. And whoever that Scarlet character was that kept showing up here. Why the hell
She's one
should
of his
let her
wives, I
in?
think.
No, not wives.
Oh, and Master of Spice.
Well, as a means of thanking you, whenever you need a refuge, you are welcome to come here. You will be free from the prying eyes of Strahd within my magnificent mansion.
Oh, it's not a
You
beautiful bungalow.
Beautiful.
Hold on, give me a second. Yeah, let's take a quick tenor.
You don't know how close I was to not even meaning to accidentally trying to steal Morton Kainen's name.
Alrighty. So what was Morton Kainen saying? Right. You've done me a great favor. This place is available to you as a place of respite where Strahd's prying ears should not meet. I should not hear anything that you wish to say.
Except for Scarlet.
You might want
Right.
to keep Scarlet out of here.
She is a problem that I'm going to have to look into.
You could pretend to still be mad whenever she comes.
Hmm. I would rather not, but if I must, although I think I might know a way of rescinding a vampire's welcome. I'll simply move the mansion 5 feet to the left. Which I think above board, that should work.
It'd be a new instance of the house, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think that technically he could just, if he, I don't think he even really has to move it. he changes it when he recasts it.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Changes the welcome mat to something that says "fuck off."
Unwelcome.
It's the unwelcome mat, the one that has the nails sticking up through it.
My favorite.
Silver nails.
Coated in garlic oil, believe it or not.
They're hollow. They inject liquid garlic straight into the body.
Mr. More than Kainen. So as you said, you are still here until Strahd is defeated? Is there anything you could tell us about when you fought him that could be of help?
He is strong. Stronger than I expected. I had thought that I was dealing with a simple vampire. I did not fully expect him to be quite a capable caster. And his strength is unnatural even amongst vampires. He is ancient. This place, if I'm sure that you've already gleaned, seems to go through some form of cycle. Not only in the sense of death and the souls circling throughout the residence, but it seems that he's dealt with these sort of situations before.
As if-
Dying, coming back.
So he relives the same thing again and again?
From my research and understanding before I decided to come here and end him permanently, yes, it would seem that whatever dark power he made a deal with upon the initial construction of this place finds entertainment in his continued suffering. He plays his games with the adventurers that are spirited here. Some find themselves victorious and return home with stories of this awful place. Others are not quite so fortunate and fall to his fangs. But of those times when he has been felled, eventually he returns once more. And the typical residents, those without a spark or from the outside, simply go through the cycle once more.
It would have been great if we managed to coordinate our attack on him. But of course, I did mine a few hundred years before you even attempted yours.
And I had an army.
You didn't have a seraphim with you either, but by the time I reached his castle, I was too worn out. I thought I could... Never mind.
Yes, his increase in forces here, these generals and these lichens bound to him. I don't remember reading about that in my stories. So, in the stories and in the research, but it doesn't matter. Perhaps you'll be lucky and fell him. As I said, this place is available to you. That is the most at this time that I can offer. Beyond that, though, I am not quite at the capacity to offer my services, nor am I too keen on attempting to fight him again.
I don't suppose you have a way of contacting your good friend from in here.
Unfortunately, I do not. And knowing him, he would either deign that I could handle the situation myself, or come here to save me. And I'm not ready to deal with that. Nor do I want to. Besides, spells here are tricky. Certain ones can be twisted by his whims, so I would not risk sending a message to Elminster and having it be perverted with some feigned attempt at pretending to be him by the Dreadlord.
Makes
Probably
sense.
The best way would be to contact him through Lathander, but again, that's not exactly easy.
He's not
Above
chosen,
board.
right? And he's also, I don't know if he's a religious guy.
He's
He
not a
worships Vistra,
chosen.
but
He's does Morty Kainen? I don't
oh
think
no, I
there's
was
a
thinking
Vistra
Elminster,
on-
but like, I mean, like if you need to send a message out of Barovia, I imagine Lathander would be the most uncorrupted way if you could do it.
above board. When we found out what was different, about Strahd's plans, did we find that out, or was that just an ego? I forget. It's been
No,
too long.
Samaya reported it to you guys.
And
Okay.
I think Ricky also said something about it.
Yeah. I mean, even beyond you not being ready for him to possibly think he needs to save you, he might want to. If it might be good to get word out that the plan this time is to Strahd is trying to bring Barovia to, I think, Faerun.
That's not possible.
Sure seems like
He's-
he
Seems to think it is.
yes.
He's received word of a type of armor that a vampire could wear. It would protect him from the sun. He intends to find it, which, as far as we're aware, it does in fact exist, and mass produce it.
Well, no, it was use a ritual to spread its enchantment.
So yeah, mass producing
Yeah.
it.
I suppose, yeah.
So
Okay.
it's more than just the cycle or this place or you and us and everyone else here that's at risk if it can get out.
I've never heard of such an armor.
I'm wearing part of it right now. It's called the Daywalker's Ward. And this piece is, well, the Daywalker's Ward is a component of this armor I'm wearing. Which, when assembled, all the pieces, I don't know what it's capable of. But he's interested in just the Daywalker's Ward. Which is a gift Lathander gave to the only vampire cleric of Lathander.
This requires looking into. As he steps away from you, and you watch as blue light begins to emanate from his fingertips, and he begins calling over a series of books from the shelves, opening multiple of them in front of him, about 6 of them, as he just rapidly begins to leaf through the pages, his eyes just skipping back and forth, left to right.
gonna lean over to Elena. This is very, very odd to watch.
Pretty odd, yeah. I'd say it probably makes top 100.
It's a
Also,
beautiful thing.
no, it's not the Dawnwalker's ward.
Well, was it not? What was it? What the fuck am I thinking of?
It's the mantle of the Dawnwalker.
Mantle
You're
of the
thinking
Dawnwalker.
of-
That's it. What was it? What?
Yeah.
Dawnwalker's ward. Where the fuck did I get that from?
Probably Vex's fucking thing. Or Vex, sorry. The hell's it called? Deathwalker's
Oh
ward.
yeah, the Nightwalker's mantle.
No, right? Isn't it the Deathwalker's ward?
Deathwalker. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Deathwalker's ward. But yeah, he just starts rapidly going through all of these books, consuming the knowledge, just being very quiet and standing there.
Standing there.
Menacingly.
Educatingly.
He does look pretty menacing.
I mean, I don't know what else we have to do other than wait until the Raven gets back.
I don't know what we're supposed to do here. Do we stay? Do we leave? What do we do? I'm gonna sit down on the piano bench.
Does it explode?
Oh god, that's right.
you said you weren't going to touch anything.
It does not
I
explode.
back away as I see her moving towards the piano.
But I do need you to make a wisdom saving throw. Right?
I
Wait,
get
let me
forgetting.
double check. Let me double check. Let me make sure.
It's about time I did another stupid thing, right?
Yeah, it's a wisdom save.
Alright. Oh boy. Oof. Wait, I could burn something! I could burn something for this! Where is it?
Great.
It's for I think that's for checks only. If you're thinking of the thing I'm thinking of.
No, there is one for. No, I know the one you're thinking of is magical guidance, but there was another one. There's another one. Ah, yes. Oh no, never mind. It's only for strength, dex, or con. Yeah. Nope.
Okay.
You're now
This
possessed by
one,
one of the Bevins.
because I think it's funny, and I think that this is something Morton Kainen would totally do. This is a spin on Otto's Irresistible Dance, and instead it's called Morton Kainen's Malefic Melody, and you immediately turn around, throw the cloth off of the piano, and begin with expertise that you have never ever possessed, playing the piano. And she's going so fast and pounding the keys so hard, but not so much that the music sounds discordant. But you begin to see her fingers start to bleed.
What am I playing? Like, what's
You are playing. Oh man, what would be something ridiculous? Sure, why not? Just as a joke, even though it doesn't actually. You're playing Rush E.
Great. Eventually, eventually, maybe like a minute or so into it, like just is like, oh, so that works. Okay, I don't like bleeding over this.
subtle spell, polymorph, and fly away.
Okay.
I think the animal
Uh,
you polymorph into will still
Yeah.
piano.
So
Really?
you polymorph and
Well, at least I can
what
have
were
a
you
little fun
saying?
with it. if it stays, I'll polymorph as a cat. Why not? Piano
Okay.
playing cat.
So you polymorph into a cat, and just you watch as this cat rapidly starts like smacking keys with its paw.
We got keyboard
Uh,
cat in 5e before GTA 6. Let's go.
Let's go.
Happy
And
to oblige. Do I need to make another wisdom
Morgan,
save or?
well, first of all, you're gonna take yeah, that seems like an appropriate amount. We'll call it bludgeoning, 3d6 bludgeoning damage. From how hard you're hitting the keys.
All right. What are
Um,
A
What are the
cat's
hit
HP
points?
is 1.
okay? I am
well,
immediately back
well,
to being
you were starting to play before you were the cat, so that's
Yeah.
the initial damage.
cat is
you
2.
turned into the cat, and as you start to smack it, and meow and maybe hiss in pain, Morton Kainen, who already seems to just be ever since he turned back to normal, quote unquote. Also, sorry, not blue robes; they would be gray robes. That permanent scowl of his, he actually looks really annoyed now and just snaps a finger, and you feel no longer compelled to play. And he just kind of says, almost under his breath, "Mustn't touch things that aren't yours."
Spider sort of sits there stunned and has no idea what to do next.
You might want to stand up.
That is fair. Yep.
All 6 of the books would close and fly back over to the shelf. There does seem to be some credence to what you're saying. There are some obscure legends about the one and only vampiric cleric of Lathander. The armor, though, even less so. What information I was able to glean does suggest that he was capable of walking within the sun, though. A day walker, if you would. I still don't understand how he would be able to use the enchantment from the armor to apply to himself or his soldiers, let alone allow him to bring Barovia to Toril, but powerful mages have done stranger things. Perhaps there is some knowledge here yet that eludes me. I would suggest for the time being looking into whatever remains of these generals of his and dealing with them quite promptly. The less allies he has, the more difficult it will be for him to achieve his desire.
Well, 3 of them have been replaced. 1 of them, 3 of them are dead. 1 of them has been replaced. Though not 100% sure on their loyalty. So, I don't know.
His loyalty is conditional, we'll say. I don't know where it is solidly, I just know that it is with his mother.
Perhaps you can use her.
Perhaps.
Well, whatever you decide to do, I hope you realize that it is prudent for you to deal with these remaining vampires as soon as possible. There is also the matter of the lichens.
Dawson flares up. The Beowulf. Bunch of
Yes.
bitches. Bunch of sons of bitches.
Not inaccurate. Well, they shouldn't prove too much of a problem. Silver ought to put them down, but that captain of theirs is a entirely different matter. Strange sort of hybrid creature that I've never had the displeasure of witnessing before.
He's the one that killed me when my first attempt happened. I didn't even get distraught. He just watched as I fought and was eventually torn limb from limb.
Then it sounds like you have a debt to repay. Well, I will look more into these new revelations that you've presented to me. Return when you can. I'll have more information for you. For the time being, I'm going to need peace and quiet if you want to learn anything that could potentially help you. So, thanks again for fixing me, but for now, get out.
Just so you know, this would be Apollo. Just so you know, it might not be like a complete fix. It is probably not temporary, but it's you
You're
might
still
just want to
going to-
take it easy still.
Don't worry about me. I don't plan on casting any difficult spells or anything like that anytime soon.
But
You do your part and I'll do mine.
yeah, just be sure no one casts like Crown of Madness on you. That might cause a full relapse.
I will endeavor to be as careful as possible. And he would walk over to like the more central area of his library as you watch even more books begin to fly off the shelves and come to him. And he's just sort of like standing in the middle on like a little carpet, like a circular carpet, and he has like 12 books arrayed around him. As more begin to move from the shelves and like queue themselves up. The Bevanses would look to you all. Well, thank you for restoring our master's memory. You've done us a great service. Will not be forgotten.
Hopefully, he starts calling each of you by your proper names.
I'm afraid that one might not be all that likely. It'll devolve into something less than a name. But having him back to his original self is more preferable.
Well, we've been asked to leave. We should probably do so.
I'll say a little group of Bevans will begin to lead you upstairs as you watch a bunch of the other ones just start bringing stuff to him.
Is there anywhere in particular we need to go? Because I have a couple questions for Clarence.
We have to wait near the cave until my raven gets back.
Oh, okay. I guess we'll do that.
Be another. I don't think it should be too much longer now, but I don't know. Time's weird down here in this basement with all the books flying around.
Yeah. How long were you saying earlier it should take?
Like 2.5 to 3 hours, plus however long it takes for Lord Canoth to decide if he's going to respond or not.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd say, because I mean, like, you wrote it this morning, but you sent it just before you went to breakfast. And I mean, this all happened in relative succession.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably only been like a half hour at most. So, yeah, you're
Quick
probably going to
break.
have to wait for a bit.
Half hour for
Yeah, half hour, 40 minutes. Maybe an hour. Maybe an hour. We'll call 45 to an hour.
I mean, if Lord Canoth is able to cast Animal Messenger, the bird would just find me, I think.
He probably can, but he might just send your thing back on its own. Because like,
Yeah.
why waste the spell if it's doing that anyways?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully he changes his mind when we show that we're more than capable of defeating him, and he comes and aids us. If we get to that point, which we will.
Oh, you mean Kainen?
Yeah, Morden Kainen. Yeah, Morden Kainen is one word. Morden
Ah.
is not his first name, and then Kainen is not his last name. It's Morden Kainen.
I don't
Yeah,
think
he
he
has
has a last
Oh
name.
dear.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. He doesn't have a last
It's
name.
Morden Kainen of Greyhawk. Would be his name.
Yeah. Or of, I guess,
No, be wherever he's actually. I don't know if he was born in Greyhawk.
I guess that's why he called himself Morty for so long.
We never
He's
asked
one of the wild.
his second name, in when he was insane. He probably would have said his second name was Cannon. Morty
yeah,
Cannon.
Morty Cannon. Yeah, probably.
I mean, what was it? Morty, Eddie, something else,
Boomy.
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 I think that's just because he liked explosions.
Yes.
He did tell us that name right after he scared the Vargur with the lightning.
Oh, right, he did.
He was a deer at the time.
Okay.
That was a weird sight.
Well, probably best we don't bring stuff up like that next time we see him, because one, probably embarrassing for a wizard of his caliber to be reminded of how low he fell, and two, it might cause a relapse. Probably best we avoid that.
Also, I still need to show him my antlers.
No.
Yes.
Probably best you don't.
Like a week. In a
Um,
The
week.
funny thing is that he wouldn't instantly distrust me.
We don't know that.
I know.
I don't know if you know this, but ever since I saw your antlers, me and Donson haven't kind of trusted you exactly. I don't know how to
I
explain
didn't
it.
know you were racist.
No,
I had-
that's not it. It's just there's like some magical component to it that made us inherently not trust you.
Wait, I haven't seen your antlers. Have I?
Probably they show up every time I'm concentrating on a spell.
Yeah, you've definitely seen it by now.
Probably.
Something
Those are
similar
my
happens
like,
when
Oh, nice.
when an evil individual sees Donson active. They kind of get hostile.
Ah, fuck.
Unless the DM decides otherwise, or at least that's what
Yeah.
it says on the Fey one.
Well, yeah, hostile, but not necessarily like actively hostile.
Oh yeah, well mine is isn't hostile. It's
It's
become
distrustful.
distrustful unless the GM decides otherwise.
Fuck. I did that on the wrong one.
Divine appearance. Yeah, unless the GM decides otherwise. Yeah. Okay, I get the same thing. You'll attempt to harm you in other ways.
That's... God damn it. That's the right one. Okay. I could ask them to take that off.
What?
Fucked up. No, sorry. I was trying to do a thing for work and I fucked up.
Okay. So, Samaya.
Yeah.
Are you able to turn into an animal again today?
I am, yes. And I can
Does your animal messenger work on someone who's polymorphed?
You know what? It would, but that's not what that's not what I was thinking. I'm thinking of beast
I'd rather
sense,
not
and then
try.
she'll turn back into a human, and then I can still see through her because the spell's still on her.
Oh, that's fucked up.
And so we can have a second pair of eyes in the meeting.
But we don't know when we're going to do that, and also we don't know where the thing is.
if this is something that comes to you, then I guess I just summon it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe you have to complete that message on the back.
Maybe. Let's not try it now, though. That could get a little awkward.
Also, there's a small chance Dodson might be killing Clarence. We had a memory restored, and it wasn't
Well,
good.
he'd be disobeying. You told us about your commune. Your
He
commune,
said
right?
he didn't recommend
Just-
it. He didn't tell us not to.
He said it would not be a good idea.
Yes.
Okay.
That is not saying don't do it.
Well,
But that
I guess it
also
depends.
would
Did you commune with Lathander or a mouth around? Which one
a
of the two did you
Manator.
commune with?
He communed with he decided a Manator. I would have done Lathander, but he kind of takes a bit more priority when we're casting spells.
I think in our situation that's better. I think he'll take more to the. I think Johnson would take more to a Manator saying it than
Well,
Lathander.
Lathander, like it's more his jurisdiction because Clarence worships Lathander, and not a Manator. A Manator just kind of works with Lathander at times. They also kind of were the same person, but also they weren't. It's complicated. I don't think they fully understand. But they definitely act as separate individuals now.
well, on one hand, that would get us information from Baba Lazaga, but on the other,
That's an ally gun. But
Yeah,
also a
and-
potential threat at the same time, because, well, you remember what happened.
always. And
It wouldn't be like
Chris-
an intentional threat, of course. It'd be like him doing something stupid that gets us all killed.
and Kresk would lose its high priest, which, I mean, I'll be honest, it's not much of a loss, but no offense.
It's complicated. It's I have mixed feelings about it. Like, yes, he's my adopted father and such. He's an important figure and he's done good, but also like he killed a lot of people. and his treatment of the mongrel folk wasn't exactly great. Like, yeah, he did his best, but he also didn't do his best at the same time. Like, he did his best at first, but then he kind of like gave up after a point.
If we had to kill him, do you think you would survive that, Apollo?
What do you mean survive? Like we would survive the encounter, or I would be
take it
emotionally
from
okay?
Emotionally and psychologically. Take it from someone who, at the time, believed she just watched her father die. It's not fun.
He's not my actual father, of course. Like we didn't have like a traditional father-son relationship. Yeah, adopted father, but it wasn't perfect. It you've met Clarence.
Yes, unfortunately.
So yeah, it's something I'd rather not do, but also like he can be unintentionally cruel. At least I hope it's unintentional. I'd like to think it's unintentional. But of course I like to think the best of people.
Unless they have horns, apparently.
No,
Elena.
that's not. Like I said,
Elena.
there's something magic to it. There's something similar happens with me and Donson. Evil people tend to get very angry with us easily. Also, antlers aren't horns. Because if that was the case, I guess
This is-
technically
this is-
Kai.
Nope,
fall.
never mind. It's a pigeon.
I don't have a problem with Kai. Donson is a bit how to describe this. It's not racist. He tends to, I guess it would be racist. Because I do remember that one time he said that he outshines his fiendish blood. So I'm guessing that that's Donson kind of thinking that he was nothing more than his heritage, but there's more to it. Yeah, I kind of talked to him about that. He didn't really listen. Celestials and fiends kind of have an awkward relationship, and tieflings, of course, just have that fiendish essence to them, and some more war-like celestials are going to be a bit more hostile to those of the fiendish persuasion.
Yeah, fiends and celestials, fiends and other fiends, celestials and other types of celestials.
A lot of racism here now.
A lot of racism in the plains.
man in the call.
I'm the most racist man in the world. God, I'm dying.
That's what you get.
I know. I'm so racist, I don't even think that whites should get any rights. Nobody gets any rights.
Isn't that just what's the anti-human thing?
Exactly that. Anti-human.
Yeah, I'm anti-humanity.
Is it anti-humanism?
Yeah.
I'm pro undead.
Anti-humanism is the word. Yes.
I guess pro
Undead.
undead would be a different thing entirely. That
I'd be like pro necro
Philia.
necromanity. No, not philia.
I'm pro necrophilia. Let's go.
No.
All
But all right, since
all
we're
right, quotes channel.
oh,
Yeah,
God
I'm
damn
writing
it.
down Dylan. I'm pro. And then in brackets, necrophilia, because he did exactly say that, but I am
So say
paraphrasing.
as you guys wait out in the cave for the Raven to return with potentially more information from Lord Canoth as to whether or not there are terms to some form of contract regarding Samaya. We'll call it there.
All right.
And I will sometime in the next week or so take a look at November because I think Bean's availability is a little bit more, so should be able to schedule some stuff for then too. So see you next month.
Sounds good.